Hi, welcome back to Dear Career. This is Tiana, your host, and I am back. This is the podcast where I get your career to where you want to be. We are back in the third week of June, and we are in our June moon month, and we're focused on the June moon and the job hunt. And we are in the week of the waxing moon. So, in this moon cycle, or this week of the moon cycle, we are going to be really taking a look at where the momentum is building. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be doing our normal, as you know, like we have our process of this moon cycle, and every week we're looking at where the moon is in the cycle of the month and where it's at in its cycle of being the moon. And we're applying where the moon is and what we need to do in the job hunt and where you are in your job hunt. And so, and I just as a reminder, if you're new to um, the moon work and you haven't really worked with the moon before, that's okay. I'm trying to really ease you into it. And I invite you to stay open and get curious. And I'm here with you. And I hope that everything I'm saying is really trying to break it down and make it easy for you and hopefully make it fun for you too, so that you will consider using moon practice in other parts of your life as well. But as I've said before, moon work is nothing new. It's very old. It's been used by farmers for many, many years, where farmers really believe that the moon and the gravitational pull of the moon was really impacting soil moisture and plant sap. And now it's really being used a bit more when it comes to schedules and cycles and like I love a schedule and a routine, and following the moon really kind of keeps us in cycles. And just like being a woman, we follow a cycle on a monthly basis too. And women have used the moon to follow a cycle often when it comes to your feminine cycle. So using the moon has been a very long-standing tool. Okay, so we are going to get into the waxing moon and use our regular tools that we've been using. I'm just going to remind you that I'm using my The Moon in You book and my pocket mantra book. And then we also have our Moonology Oracle deck that we're going to be using. So I'll bring those up as I'm bringing those in. We're looking at the dates of the waxing moon that's happening from June 22nd through June 28th. And this time in the cycle of the moon is when the moon is really building up. So last week we were in the dark moon, and the moon was building up from the dark moon to the new moon, and the new moon happened. We really focused on the new moon, and it built up into what we call the waxing moon. And then it was the first quarter moon, which is the half moon. And now we're at the waxing moon. So it's really starting to build into that momentum of the full moon. We're moving into the cycle of the full moon, which is going to be happening next week. So in our book, let's go ahead and start out with our waxing chapter. Okay, again, so we are in The Moon and You, which is by Diane Alquist. And I really love using this book as a tool. It has a ton of resources in here, and it has a lot of rituals that she likes to use. And I will link it in the show notes. I like using this one because there's um, just a lot of information here that kind of helps with kind of breaking down the moon and the moon cycle. And so if you're a beginner to the moon, this is a great book to use if you're trying to align yourself to a cycle of the moon. Okay, so the waxing moon. The waxing phase encompasses themes like pushing out of your comfort zones, nurturing with hope and optimism, tending through deeds and enacting intentions that you imagined and envisioned in the earlier new moon phase. According to Ayurveda, as the waxing moon is replenishing light in the night sky, our bodies are rebuilding with the nourishment of the water earth element known as kapha. It is a time of gathering energy and strength and replenishing your immunity, sensuality, and vitality. There is much power in the waxing moon phase as it makes its way to full. Everything is elevating, hence meditations, creativity, and attitude adjustments are easier to grasp with this flow of moon magic to help you along your way. If you are full moon sensitive, meaning the full moon gets you a bit nervous or you act a bit jumpy, you are better off conducting some of the full moon undertakings when the moon is waxing, a day or two before it transforms to full, which when we get into the full moon cycle, there are some more rituals. We'll spend a little bit more time in the full moon episode because there are more intention settings, other things to do that we really want to try to focus on. So we will do that. But as we're applying the waxing moon to the job hunt, so again, we're connecting it together. We really want to think about intention settings that should be focused on this momentum building that this waxing moon is doing. So intention settings should be focused on pushing through comfort zones and pushing out of comfort zones. You can have intentions around nurturing optimism or intentions that are continuing on from things that you set intentions on from the new moon. So if you're wanting to build off of something you did in the last cycle and you want to build on from there. So when you're applying that to the job hunt, what I would recommend is that you're going to take a look at where you have applications in the job hunt, where you already have momentum built up, and focus your energy there. So if you have applications that you've already put through and are moving and you are getting responses back, that's where you have momentum. If you have put in applications and you're not hearing anything back, that's not where the momentum is. Those are things that are now becoming back burner. Your momentum is on where the action is starting to be received and where you're starting to see some traction being built. If you're in that place where you've started to interact with a recruiter or a hiring manager and you're having those conversations and you're starting to set up interviews, that's where you want to make sure you're spending time focusing energy. You don't want to then shift your energy and focus back on the applications and starting to go back to applying. And if you hadn't heard back, say during the new moon cycle, you had somebody reach out to you to schedule, and then you replied but didn't hear anything back, this is a time to follow up. This I see happens all the time, and that's because things happen. People get busy, emergencies happen, a meeting happened, an incident happened, whatever. You don't know what's happening in their world on why that schedule never turned out or why the interview didn't actually schedule. So this is a time to follow up. And don't let those things pull you down or don't let those things bother you too much. And don't get distracted by, oh, I didn't hear back. That interview actually didn't schedule. And now I guess they forgot about me. Now I need to go back to the applications process and start applying to new jobs. Don't do that. Start to look at where you already have momentum. If you have momentum built up, continue on with the momentum you already have and focus on those things. You will still have time to go back to the new and start new processes and restart applications or whatever it is. But you can do that later. Right now you're in that zone of looking at where you have momentum built up and spending the time there, whether that was the networking opportunity in the job hunt, whether that was the referral opportunity in the job hunt, the application in the job hunt, whatever it was. Take a good look at where you have the momentum, assess where there is momentum, and you might have to take a step back to really assess where that momentum is and lean in on that momentum. Okay? So exciting. If you have momentum, lean in there. This is a time to do that. This is a time to tap in. Okay, so now we're in the section where we're getting into our rituals, or in other language, our action items. Okay, so this book has some really great ones, and I like to focus on more of the job ones, but I also try to be mindful of the fact that, some things have to be balance into the mental health aspects. And I like to give a little bit of options on maybe in future episodes, because like I've said, I'm probably going to be doing other episodes and have a different focus where we focus on interviewing, or we focus on promoting, or whatever it is, and we focus on the moon and we do whatever. So I'm not sure, but for this one, I want to give you a couple options just for today. So we are going to go into one of your rituals that you will be able to take away for this time for the waxing moon is to meditate, to bring something you want into your life. Because remember, you have that momentum. So you're going to focus on that momentum. So meditation is extremely beneficial under the influence of a waxing moon. The moon is making its trek towards fullness, and we react similarly. During this phase, everything is amplifying as the moon's vibration pulls your ambition with it. You might feel more determined, have more energy, or be able to bring on your power faster and stronger. With all this additional energy propelling you forward, now is a good time to use a simple affirmation to bring forth what you want into your life. Try this small but mighty meditation method to give your attention to something you want without forcing the results. Sometimes simply sitting and thinking about what you want and how you will feel when you get it is better than more involved meditation techniques. Some people think meditation sounds too difficult or boring. But if you were to just sit and concentrate and visualize what they wanted, they would be meditating. Experiment, but plan to meditate for at least 15 minutes. You can use more time if you feel you require it. So number 1, first think about one thing you want in your life. It is very important you have a specific, purposeful intention before you start. 2, sit upright and relax in a chair. Go in with an attitude of expectancy and be alert. Remove your attention from external distractions. Offer devotion to whomever it is you call your higher power. If you pray, say a prayer. If you do not pray, ask the universe life force energy that surrounds us to attune itself to you in a focused manner while you sit in meditation. Your feet should be flat on the ground and your palms upright on your legs. Close your eyes. 3, feel your body is being enlivened by source energy. You may visualize white light around you. You may feel tingling vibrations. 4, in many meditations, you concentrate on your breathing, but for one, you are going to concentrate on your inner words or an affirmation that means something to you regarding what you want. If you want healing, think, heal me, heal me. Only say the words when you feel like it. Don't pressure yourself to say so many times a minute. 5, when you feel compelled to get up and back to your normal routine, do so. Pay attention to how your desire will begin to unfold before the next waxing moon. The universe is a series of connected properties. When you attune yourself to it intentionally, the universe includes you and the things you desire to come quickly in a supportive fashion. Now, for that, if you wanted to, that one was a little bit more of a meditative, similar to how I've done some episodes where I'm having you just close your eyes or stop, pause. You can always stop and pause my episodes. Feel free to go back, listen to them, whatever works for you. Make sure that you're doing what makes sense. If you need to rewind it, whatever, you can always go back. But this one is a little bit different. Now, again, I am going to link this in the show notes because this one is one that you may want to look at. I'm going to read it, but I think that you may want to go and look at this. So, I'm going to read it. This one is a ritual that says to create an intention jar. Since the moon looks like it's growing, let's use it as an appeal to our subconscious to grow some goals. You can successfully plant spinach at a waxing moon. So why not intentions? An intention jar is a place to store goals you write down. Here's what you'll need. 1, a jar with a lid. Reuse a glass jar you've cleaned out. It can be a spaghetti sauce jar, a small jar of mushrooms, or even a mason jar. You will only be putting 5 pieces of small paper in it. 2, paper. Any kind of paper will do. You can use fancy, stationery, or a piece of regular paper. Cardboard or craft paper is fine too. 3, pen or marker. You want this to look good. Hence, find a higher quality pen or marker. 4, optional. Stickers, ribbons, paint, or anything to decorate your jar. Okay, so now here's the action. 1, the day or night of the waxing moon, set the area where you will be creating your intention jar. Okay, just a reminder, the waxing moon is from the 22nd, June 22nd, and this is 2026. So June 22nd through June 28th is your waxing gibbous moon. Actually, it goes all the way through June 29th, technically. But that's your waxing gibbous. Okay. Now, number 2, decide on 5 things or fewer you want to have come into fruition between now and the full moon, which is approximately 7 days. Okay, so this is what this is saying is that likely you'd want to probably do this more towards the beginning of the waxing moon. So if you do it tonight, great. But you can also do it, if you do it a few days before, I think it should be still okay. But if you want it to come before the full moon, to decide on 5 things or fewer you want to have come into fruition between now and the full moon. Yeah, if you don't give it momentum and time, it might be a little bit hard. But you can always do this in the next moon cycle. So that's the nice thing about this book is you can reference it for the next moon cycle. And again, we will do this type of topic again we'll do the cycle again, but for a different topic. So instead of for the job hunt, we'll do it for promotion, or we'll do it for interviewing. We'll keep doing them. Okay, so number 3, write the 5 things down as succinctly as you can. For example, if you want to get a new apartment, you might just write get apartment. The important thing is that you know what you are talking about. Okay, number 4. Look at each goal. Think of a 1 or 2 word mantra associated with each. For example, if you want to find a mate, your mantra might be love. If you want to increase your financial status, it might be money. Sounds a bit material, but so what? For health issues, it might be healing, moving, new home. Or you could use one for all of them, such as success. Write the accompanying mantra on the back of each intention. Okay, 5, decorate. Decorate your jar the way that you like. You want to associate the jar with something that makes you smile. One note, don't put a picture of a person or animal on the jar. That confuses your thoughts when you are trying to concentrate. Number 6, every day, starting the day you make your intention jar, pick up each intention and say your mantra 3 times. Do this daily from the first day of the waxing moon until the full moon shines in its glory. Then recite one last mantra on the full moon. See how far you have moved toward your goal. You can continue doing this if you feel you have not gotten as far down the lunar trail as you thought. If it all was success, make new goals for your jar so you can reset it and do it again. Okay, those are my 2 rituals that I shared this time. I hope those are something you're curious about and you try out. And let me know. Share with me what you decided to do. If you decide to do anything, I would love to see it. Put it in the comments. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our mantra. We're almost done here. This is probably, yeah, we're almost done here. So we're moving on to the Pocket Mantra book, which is by Tanash Chubb. Again, I'm going to link these in the show notes because if you ever want to use these and you find them helpful, I'm just surrounded by books. So I use books a lot for different things, and I like the card decks too. So anyways, okay. So for this one, I had the mantra I picked is actually out of the success mantra section, and we're going to do mantra number 3. This mantra says, I release any limits I place on myself and know that all things are possible. How and when to recite this mantra? Recite this mantra 3 times, either out loud or quietly to yourself. For added benefits, place your hand over your heart as you repeat this mantra. How this mantra can help you? How many times have you had a great inspired idea only to have it shut down by a fearful thought? We all have self-limiting beliefs and fears, but sometimes it is necessary to push them aside in order to go after what we really want. This mantra is there to remind you that self-limiting beliefs are simply just self-programmed ideas that have developed over time. The good news is that they can be reprogrammed when you release your limitations and replace them with possibilities. There is truly nothing you can't accomplish. Use this mantra whenever doubtful thoughts or fears start creeping in and begin blocking you from achieving your goals. Again, the mantra is, I release any limits I place on myself, and I know that all things are possible. And again, a great mantra for building that momentum. So you're continuing to build that momentum. You're not getting in your own way. You're keeping yourself on track with building that momentum. Okay, we are in almost our last section. It is time for your oracle card read, and that is for the waxing moon, which is the energy is gaining momentum, like we've been talking about this whole time. The energy is gaining momentum. Okay, the energy is gaining momentum. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is let me just show you the card here. Okay, let me just, if you're just listening to audio, I'm going to just remind, if you want to hop on the YouTube and you want to take a look, I have the card here. And you know what? I feel like it's backwards. I don't know how to flip that around, but I have the card here. It's really pretty. A lot of these cards, I like these oracle cards because they are very pretty. But anyways, the energy is gaining momentum with the waxing moon. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of. Though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet, this is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. Attuned to the moon. I know I'm headed in the right direction. Additional meanings for this card. 1. The situation is full of potential. 2. Your dream can come true. 3. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? 4. Review your goals and ensure you're still committed. 5. Keep moving forward. The teaching. The waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from new moon to full moon. And during this time, the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time, and this is a very promising card. It suggests now is a time to make plans and to act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card. And that's it. Okay, so we just wrapped up you're in the waxing moon. You built that momentum. Next up, in the next session, we're going to be getting into that full moon and your job hunt. So I hope you've been learning a lot. I hope that I've been really taking you through this moon cycle, and I hope you're having fun with it, because this again has been so fun for me. I really am enjoying it. I love getting through all these cards and the readings and the rituals, and it's just been a lot, but I just love it. So if you're into it, please share. If it's helping you, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm having a lot of fun with it. But also, if you're listening to these and you're interested and you haven't signed up yet, I am doing a full moon circle. So be on the lookout, because there is. And if you're listening to this at another time, just be on the lookout. There might be some other full moon circles available that I'll be hosting, but there will be a full moon circle if you want to look out for that. I will likely have it on my website. That's at advanceher.com. Um, and on my events page, and I'll probably post it on Meetup or Eventbrite. So just be on the lookout for that. But those are going to be available for you if you want to participate. Okay, well, I hope that you're having a great week and that this was insightful for you. And the next episode, we're going to be getting into the full moon. So yeah, exciting. This is great stuff. Okay, well, that's it. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.